Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Room 5 of Parallel Session 1 of LLTC 2022. My name is Besha, and I will be the person in charge of this room. I will also act as a timekeeper and will be reminding the presenter verbally 2 minutes before the time is up. Each parallel will be moderated by the next presenter. Without further ado, let us begin with the first presentation by Surya Asra, Fadia, Rahmiati, and Evi Zulida, which will be moderated by Christina.
Okay, so time is yours now. All right, I will repeat once again.
Is it my clear? Can you hear my?
Yes, it's clear.
Is it clear?
Yes, now it's clear.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. I will let me show my slide. Okay. Okay. Thank you for the moderator. Give me some time to
Sorry, I cannot hear your voice clearly.
And test, Feby.
Yes, sir. Now I can hear your voice.
Feby, do you hear me? Is it clear?
Yes, now it's clear, sir. You can continue your presentation.
Okay. Okay. First of all, this study is acknowledged by the Dignister in Education and Culture, number 3, years 2020, about the independent learning, independent campus, or in Indonesia we call is MBKM, Merdeka Belajar Kampus Merdeka. As a university, Samudra University has accommodated this policy by compiling some manual books, such as the first manual book in 2020, then revised in 2022. And at the same time, the program studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris or English Education Department in Samudra University got the grant of program studi menerapkan kerjasama kurikulum Merdeka Belajar Kampus Merdeka from the Education Ministry. Consequently, the implementation of the MBKM policy need an evaluation to see or to find the effect of MBKM policy on English language teaching. This study will focus curriculum or document curriculum, and then on teachers about the lectures teaching, and then about the learner learnings. Okay, this study used a method situation analysis by Jack Richard 2001. This is an adapted method because Richard proposed 6 categories, but in this study we just use 3 factors, yakni namely in aspect curriculum developer, teachers factor, and learners factor or student learning. And for the procedures, we use FGDs and analysis curriculum document and observation in teaching learning setting, and also we conduct survey of to get an opinion from lecturers and from the student. While the source of this studies data are curriculum document, 3 curriculum developers, and for lecturers, class observation, and the last is questionnaire about 152 students. And this is our finding. First of all, the MBKM policy has a positive effect and trend on teaching learning English, especially in Samudra University. And the second is the policy encourage the policymaker to revise the curriculum document. And the last one is it forced in quote that the lecturers and students to be the future learner. Yeah. As we can see here, in the adjustment in curriculum, the English department, education department of FKIP Universitas Samudra has adjusted its curriculum document by trying to at the first the activities of MBKM, and then they revise to 9 activities of MBKM. And the document name is still a KKNI curriculum, just including 9 MBKM activities. And in Samudra University, we call as the curriculum. The MBKM activities can be taken by a student on the 6th and 7th semester. the not stable. Okay, Feby. In page, hello. Hello.
Sir, I can hear your voice.
Yeah, I moved in. Actually, I'm in Sanata Dharma in Diyar Kara seminar room. Okay, is it my voice is clear?
Yes, sir. Your voice is clear.
Okay, I will continue my presentation. Okay, in aspect of lecture teaching, there is some change the lecturers do, like the lecturers trying to improve all aspect in their teaching, such as the lecturer are motivated to prepare the teaching before they start the class, and they're preparing some modules, and also they re-evaluating the lesson plan and their course unit instruction and also study contract. For the last aspect, the in student way of learning, the students are happy to learn since they have new friend. This about 140 students, and also they learn before the class started, such as reading the material from internet, preparing question and writing resume their reading. And the third finding is their friend make them motivate to study. This is, and last, the MBKM policy also makes students become an independent learner because their lecturers ask them to write and to read the material before they came to the class. Okay, for the conclusion of our study, we find that there is a positive effect of MBKM policy to English Education Department, especially on teaching learning process. Both student and lecturer make an adjustment in their way of teaching and also in their way of learning. The adjustment was also made in the curriculum document to accommodate the activities of MBKM policy. And the last one is the policymaker need to conduct socialization of MBKM continuously, because there are some problem especially in recognition the student activity to the curriculum. I think that's all my presentation. Thank you. I give back to moderator. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, hello, Pebi.
Okay, can you hear my voice?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes, sorry, I joined a bit late in this session, but actually I was in charge, and also maybe my partner can also be in charge of the moderator. Thank you, Pak Surya, for your sharing. Now I would like to invite questions from the audience because we still have much time to do it. It's just 10 minutes. You are using your time very effectively, Pak Surya. Okay.
Okay.
Anyone? Do you want to ask questions? Or maybe I can also begin asking questions. This is interesting topic, Pak, related to MBKM, or trying to see how we implement the freedom of learning, right? Now, can you just once again try to share to us one of the concern in the language teaching in your study program in relation to the achievement of competence, particular competence in your study program. Thank you, Pak Surya.
Yeah. Could you repeat the question, Miss Christina Christiani?
Yes, you are sharing about the MBKM in your context in your university. Is that right, Pak?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you just share to us, for example, one particular example related to the achievement of the competence for the students, where you try to apply the freedom or learning or MBKM in your context? Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. In our department, we in this study we conduct some questionnaire, some FGD for our student, and they said that they become the independent learner when the teacher have asked them to make some writing, like writing a mini proposal. And in the study we don't conduct a test, but from the observation we see that the student have some competence, especially in writing, like an essay, like 5-paragraph essay, and also in reading class. The proof we can see from the middle, the final test, and also for some subject, the lecturer make use PBL, project-based learning, and we also see the result that the project is there is some improvement of student project. Okay. Is it answer the question, Miss Christina?
Yes, Pak Surya. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now we are going to open other questions, maybe from the audience. If you want to ask question, okay. Miss Mia Draina, please.
Thank you, Miss Nani. I would like to ask to Pak Surya about the activities that the students were assigned in the MBKM program, because it is written down that there are some activities that they joined, and then I would like to know what kind of the activities and in which part of the freedom does the students did the students take part in the learning? And also the second one, oh, okay. I think the second one is Pak. Like I would like to know, because not all students are were agreed that the MBKM are very fun. Maybe like only 80% or not 100%. I would like to know more whether the students or the lecturers stated any part of the MBKM that needed to be improved. I think there are some of the statement there, but I didn't pay attention there. I'd like to ask you to explain more about the improvement that needed, and from the teachers and the lecturers and the students' point of view. Thank you, Pak Surya.
Okay, thank you, Mia, for the question. For the first question, for the activity, there is in our department, there are maybe 4 activities like pertukaran mahasiswa merdeka, and then kampus mengajar, and also internship and KKN thematic. But for the context teaching and learning, it is focused on pertukaran mahasiswa, because the outside student is included in our regular class. And yeah, for the second question about the little one, yeah, there are some opinion or negative opinions, such as the lecturer complain about the recognition, because for example, our student take subject in another university, they maybe take not in English department, but they take the communication department, in some politics department, and it is be more complicated when the teacher that taught the subject don't want to recognize the score, the activity, on the outside of our university. But and also from the student, yeah, maybe there are 6 or 10% of our students still feel that they are forced to study, or they are forced to do the unusual activity, yeah, like reading many sources to study, and also they feel I don't know what to say. They feel insecure. They feel insecure when they study together with the outside student. But in most of them feel happy, because they meet new friends, and they can share about about the university, and also they talk about their lecture, so they can share about what about how their friend lecture in their university teaching, and also they compare to their student in our their lecturer in our university. Okay, Mia.
Yeah, thank you, Pak, for the answer.
Thank you, Pak Surya. Actually, we still have 1 more minute, but you have also a question, Pak, from Mas Andreas Kurniawan. What are the advantages as students participating in the MBKM program, in your opinion, or in your context, Pak? Thank you. Maybe 1 minute for that question.
Yeah, Yeah, I think the first advantage is our student become independent learner because the MBKM force. I think the MBKM force our student to be more independent in their learning. They must compete with outsider student, and they their teacher, their lecturer cannot help them if they are not help themselves first. So they must study hard, and I think that in one side it is a good force, a good change. But yeah, like I said before, there are some improvement that we need to make to implement the MBKM policy. Yeah, I think that's my answer.
Yes, thank you very much, Pak Surya. So I think that is a very good sharing from the first presenter. Now I'm going to give the time back to Fabiola. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Nani, for moderating the first presentation. And now let us move to the next presentation, which will be delivered by Christina Cristiani and Leona Vira, which will be moderated by Surya. Okay, Mr. Surya, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Fabiola. Okay, I have read your resume book, Christina, and I know you from Sanata Dharma, and I think you have finished your PhD, and that I think a good change for me to meet you here, and I think without ado, I think the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Pak Surya, and good morning, everyone. I'm going to share very small research done with my students, and Vira is going to begin our sharing, then I'm going to continue. Okay, Vira, you can start. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
so
Yeah.
the title of our research is Teaching English Grammar in Context, Reflections on the Students' Teachers Teaching Practice. And here I will share the background. As we know, learning grammar is one of elements needed in helping students to increase their English confidence. According to Smith, 2017, learning grammar is challenging for students, as teaching grammar is also challenging for teachers. The teaching of grammar in schools requires careful planning, taking into account the basic competence mandated in the curriculum. And this study that we conducted described some grammar teaching strategies implemented by the student teachers in micro-teaching class. And according to Olason and Hora 2013, a north-sided maxim in higher education is that, faculty teach the way they were taught because they receive little formal training in teaching before entering the classroom. And as we already passed the pandemic, it is interesting to see how student teachers teach grammar in context. And based on the background, this research is aimed to answer this research question. How are the concepts of teaching grammar in context implemented by student teacher in the English education study program of Sanata University? Okay, let me go to next week, sorry. And to conduct this study, we use several theory and some literature reviews. The first one was from UCL 2012, which is teaching grammar in context is a method and approach for teaching grammar. according to UCL 2012. Also, in context means that the teaching of grammar is blended and integrated into other aspects of the curriculum, such as creative writing and analytical reading, rather than a standalone activity, just like in our 2013 curriculum. And the third one, a shift from focusing on teaching grammar or language to form the language function. And the next one, from Zuliyeti 2022, it is mentioned that the Indonesian government's effort of changing English curriculum from focusing on teaching language from such as the 1975 curriculum to language function, such as curriculum 2013. It is also mentioned that many ways of teaching grammar, for example, using genre-based approach. Also, according to Zuliyeti 2022, it is required in the curriculum 2013, selecting appropriate text, teaching grammar in context and beyond sentence level, and arranging interesting text-based and communicative activities and strategies suggested to the teaching grammar using genre-based approach in Indonesian EFL classroom. And the next one, according to Andriani et al. 2021, the teaching grammar in Indonesian still use the form-based methods, such as deductive English teaching grammar, which focus on the memorization of the terms, the patterns, and the rules. Accuracy-oriented English language learning activities, which focuses on the accuracy rather than the fluency. And also score-oriented English language learning activities, which focus on achieving a score under, excess of the kriteria ketuntasan minimal, or we mention as KKM. And the next theoretical review is a literature from Kwong 2015 about the theory of function-based grammar paradigm that aim to adapt the forms of sentences to the function and meaning in context. This grammar paradigm includes two main grammatical models, which are systemic functional grammar and discourse grammar. Also, we include the concept of context based on Himes 1972 and 1974 in Kwong 2015 that consists of three main factors of context, namely setting, participants, and purposes. Also, we also mention here that a contextualized grammar pedagogy construes grammar as a series of concisely chosen meaning-making patterns, not an arbitrary list of rules and constraints. Also, there is teaching grammar in context, which means making connections between grammatical patterns and the meaning of the text, whether contextual aspects such as genre, audience, subject, and purpose, a reader's feeling and responses to a text, potential authorial motivations for making decisions about language choices. Also, teaching grammar in context also avoids both feature spotting and formulaic grammar teaching, for example, like the falsehood that descriptive writing is full of adjectives and verbs are doing words, for example. A contextualized grammar pedagogy leads with concept and ideas rather than the grammar itself. Also, Readers' responses must hold the text to account. They must be able to explore the grammatical patterns of a text and use those patterns to help explain their responses. The use of meta-language or grammatical terminology is important because it provides a precise and efficient with the way they talk about the language itself. And for the research method, I give the time to Miss Nanik. Time is yours, Miss.
Okay. Fira, can you help me to just play the slides? Okay. So now I'm going to share about the research method. We are doing descriptive qualitative using observation, document analysis, covering video on teaching practice. Of course, the result of also the observation done, and the student teachers teaching document, covering lesson plan and material, as well as the media, and of course, the reflection on after teaching practice session. And then we triangulate the research instruments and also the data. Actually, we have data also take from the even semester or last semester, but we only want to share about the odd semester of 2022, 2023. Okay, so you can move here. So there are some findings. I'm going to share a common finding from the data that we gathered. Yeah, that I'm going to share also some of the evidence. Yeah, and those are related to the achievement of this competence, basic competence. For your information, in the micro teaching class. Yeah, thank you. For in the micro teaching class in the undergraduate program. Sorry, can you hear my voice clearly? It is not distracted with
Yeah,
music.
but there are some music
Okay,
in the
wait a
background.
second. Okay, yes. So again, for your information, when we are dealing with micro teaching class in the undergraduate level, the students are pretending as teachers, but they are teaching their peers, and they are using the basic competence, or if we are using curriculum Merdeka, so they are going to use curriculum the capaian pembelajaran in the curriculum Merdeka, or if we are using wait a minute, okay, if we are using curriculum 2013, then we are dealing with the basic competence. Now I'm sharing about the basic competence. And then the KD here, I want you to focus on here, text, interactional, transactional, spoken and written, interactional, transactional text. Yeah. And here also, we are dealing with spoken and written transactional text. Yeah. So in our focus, we are going to deal with those things when we are trying to teach students in relation to things, animals, yeah, in 3.6 and here 3.5, we are dealing with the use of language to express about present situation, yeah. So based on the analysis, when they are teaching element of language, actually to achieve this KD, some of the students are teaching it deductively, and some are teaching it inductively, yeah. Now continue, Vira. Okay, and the way about teaching English grammar in context, meaning to say that we are actually not teaching the students grammar, but we should teaching the grammar for the sake of achieving the basic competence, like that I said before previously, that we are focusing on transactional text. Yeah, what we found is that they are using multimodality. Yeah, most of them are using audio, visual, written text, and sentence level. But when they come up to the teaching of grammar, and they usually fall to use the sentence level, which might not be related to the text being discussed. Yeah. And in terms of the pandemic situation, of course, we have so many media available online, and the job of the future teachers as well as the teachers is to make sure if we are using the multimodality, we choose the right the right medium. Okay, go on, Vira. Okay, now meaningful context. Some of the students, let's say in giving the context, they are using video, which is audio visual. And after that, they are using the audio visual, the context like in picture 1, they are using the languages taken from the video to explain about the grammar. But some of them also have another context, which to my opinion, and also based on the literature that we read, yeah, the existence of picture, for example, in this, in the lower one, in the bottom picture, is it helpful or not? In terms of context, it is helpful, but it doesn't have anything to do with the use of the language in, sorry, it's missing, in the text. Okay, Vira, you can go on. Yes. Okay. So, as I told you earlier, that most of them are using video as media. We also found that the use of multimodality, one of them is video. Some of them tend to replace the teaching with the video. Whereas in fact, actually they are in front of the students, meaning to say that actually the video here is replacing the function of the teacher. And I think it is not actually recommended, okay? And then in the other extreme, some of the students also choose the video, which help the students understand the use of English. Okay, so here, the video that I took here about the differences between the RIS, the RA, yeah, that is to, what is it? To talk about the first study that I showed previously, and based on the discussion about the teaching grammar in context, this one is not relevant, yeah, but here, the other one, the second and the third video, they are representing the second one about the animation. They are representing a close real life use of the language. But the last one, this is a good example of the real life use of the language. Okay. And also here, we also need to make sure that we are using the expected language complexity level. Okay. Vira? Yes, so we come up to our concluding remarks. So actually, teaching grammar in context should involve making connection between grammatical patterns and the meaning of the text. So we do not teach them grammar separately from the meaningful context, okay? And the activities should focus on the achievement of basic competence, and the context that we are choosing should be relevant to the basic competence. I already give you some example earlier. And since we are now in the this era, digital era with abundant resources from the internet, multimodality is encouraged, but we need to consider to choose the right and crucial and appropriate, of course, media to teach. I have a quote here, especially dealing with teaching to different generation, yeah, because we are teaching, for example, grammar to different generations. So actually, we should not teach the way we were taught, yeah. So a quote is something like this: if a child cannot learn the way we teach, maybe we should learn the way they learn. Okay, that will conclude our presentation. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Vira and Bu Justina. Okay, and Fabi has said that there are 2 minutes left. And from the audience, is there any question? Yeah, hello? Okay, okay, from Mia, please Mia.
Yes, thank you, Pak Surya, and thank you for the presenters. I would like to ask about, I would like to say that I agree about connecting the context and the patterns of grammar is important. But I would like to ask about the order of teaching, like, is it a good way when the teacher gives the pattern first, then the context later, or is it better when we give the context first, like the sentences, the examples, and then the pattern later, or it's just related to the belief of the implicit and also explicit teaching? Thank you.
Very good question. Yeah. Can I just answer it right away, Pak Surya?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I believe Mia is talking about deductive or inductive teaching, right? And those different way of teaching, they have different benefits and weaknesses and strength. But to me, we need to adjust to what we want actually to achieve. In this particular curriculum, I think we need to involve the students more, right? So it means you need to get them active, try to find their own pattern. So if you can get them involved and if you can get them find the patterns, then it means inductive is going to help your students more. But when you cannot do it because of differences, then maybe do it in deductive way. Okay? Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Surya for moderating, and thank you very much for
Okay,
the
baby.
insightful discussion. Now we can go back to the main room.
Okay, thank you, baby.
For
Thank you,
the
Pak Surya,
Thank you, Bu
Kevin,
Christine.
from Ms.